Hello, everybody. Welcome to the IoT show. And today we have a special edition for IoT Day, and we are going to cover Germany. And we have so much exciting stuff to talk about. And to do that, we have an awesome guest. Here is Karsten Königstein.
Perfect. Good evening.
Thank you. How are you, Karsten?
I'm fine, Sudha. How are you doing?
I'm good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been on a show before, but we would like to know who you are, where you are in Germany, and then we'll get started with the IoT scene in Germany.
Sure. Yeah, my name is Karsten Königstein. I'm 50. My profession is I'm a chemist. And after studying chemistry and making my PhD, I was 10 years in consultancy. At the end, I was managing director of a 150 people consultancy company for shop floor consulting, for logistics, and for innovation. After that, I had two companies in the software area because we did innovation processes within software. One was sold to Italio in Palo Alto, and the very last company was sold to Bosch. So I was then 4 years with Bosch. With their IoT department, what is called Bosch Software Innovations, and we did a lot of projects within a lot of areas, from smart manufacturing, connected car, about smart sensing, smart home, smart health, all these stuff we did there. And I left Bosch almost a bit more than a year ago, and I started my own startup, what is called Smartly Solutions. And we are doing Industry 4.0 smart manufacturing solutions only. What we do there is quite significantly different from what is there as a standard. We do standard solutions. Standard solutions means you buy them and you set them up in 5 minutes and then they run. We do that because it's delivered as system as a service. System as a service is like SaaS plus hardware, and it's on a pure OpEx-based model. And we have 3 solutions so far. One is like a telemetry box for production. So you get data out of your machinery, what you need for Internet of Things. Yeah. One is a solution that removes your paper-based production board and makes it digital. What is the clear next step into smart manufacturing, going from paper to digital. And the third solution is very exciting. It's a patent pending indoor logistics based on iBeacons. So this is what we do and what I do. There can be about 20 people. We are there since about a year now.
So all of these are essentially, you come into a client and then you say, here's a solution in a box. You would give a bunch of hardware as needed. In beacons case, it's a bunch of beacons, or it could be some IoT sensors or whatnot. And then you have a software platform. So it just sets up all the way to the cloud, and then some kind of service model to use the cloud, and then you produce all the reports and everything else needed to draw the insights on whatever you're trying to solve.
Yeah, but for the hardware, we also deliver the mobile devices because our standard IoT platform is Android, and we use standard hardware for that, and we work together with Samsung. What is very exciting for us is huge companies working with such a small startup, but they are looking for companies that deliver solutions and not only hardware, and we do that. We deliver the hardware, so I don't know, a Galaxy Tab A, we deliver the app, we deliver the backend software, we deliver the database, we deliver the beacons, if there are beacons for the indoor logistics, and we deliver the portal on top. So everything that is needed to run, and this on a pure OpEx-based model, what is, for example, about $3 per trackable item per month, no more, and everything is included.
Oh, it is not based on your cost, right? You're not going to say, I'm going to give you 100 beacons, and I'm going to give you 3 Android phones and this desktop with the data. You're going to go based on their usage. You're going to give them. That's why you
and they are built on the use case they have, and
that's very smart.
And get from it, right?
Very cool. So we will talk to you another day about retail beacons because that's a topic dear to my heart. You know that. I want to come back to Germany because today it's IoT Day and we want to understand what is the IoT scene across the globe. And one thing that fascinates me is each country has a different kind of startup ecosystem, different kind of industries that are interested in and focused on IoT. And everybody knows, there's so much going on in manufacturing and in cars in Germany.
Yeah.
So help us understand, where are you based in Germany? Have you always been here when you worked in Bosch and your startup? Is it all the same place? And where is it?
Yeah, currently I'm near Bonn, but this is just because I'm visiting my father. Usually I'm based in Berlin, and Berlin is the most vibrant startup scene in Germany, maybe even in Europe. So it's hotspot number one for Germany, definitely. And the second hotspot would be Munich. Yeah, this is the two regions. Another one is near Stuttgart. This is due to all the car manufacturers located there, like Porsche, like Mercedes. All these companies are located in Stuttgart, and Bosch as well, for sure. But the IoT department from Bosch, the main or the headquarters was located in Berlin. Therefore, I'm located in Berlin.
Okay, so you're going to help us understand all the three scenes, right? What is going on in each of them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Yeah, we start in Berlin for sure.
Okay.
Berlin was formerly a separated city, as you may know.
Yes.
And that was a problem for manufacturing companies. Yeah, they couldn't work so much. And in the Eastern Germany, or former Eastern Germany, the manufacturing production went down very rapidly after the reunion. This means manufacturing in Berlin is no big deal. So the startup scene in Berlin is more based on service models. Yeah. It's more based on big data, on all this stuff. If you go more south to Munich or Stuttgart, you find all this hardware stuff. Yeah, the IoT scene there is more hardware based. Means if you have something with hardware, you find more investors there, more headquarters from the investors. You find more, from the hardware side, from the more knowledge about everything around hardware.
So Germany is known for hardware, right? The German engineering,
yes.
It's known for it. So when you say that it is service model here in Berlin, what exactly do you mean? And specifically for IoT, what does that mean?
Oh, it's everything what you can do out of the data. So there are, a real big chunk of companies trying to do big data analytics for any kind what you can think of, from retail. Yeah, we have a big retail scene in Germany as well. For the area of connected car, there is a lot of startups in the area of precision farming. There is smart city, smart sensing, smart health. So all the big data models usually developed in and around Berlin because the most knowledge is gathered there.
So it is more because they have the software data people in there, not because the customers are there.
No, the customers are all over Germany. Yeah, Germany is not big. It's not like US. Yeah, we have 1/3 of the US population, but the size is much smaller. So you can easily get with a plane from A to B within 1 hour. It doesn't matter from where you start and where you go. Yeah, it's not more than 1 hour from Hamburg to Munich. What is the longest distance is maybe 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Wow.
So it's not like going from New York to San Francisco. This is a bit different, and passing through time zones. No, everything in Germany is one time zone. Everything is close. You can drive it even with a car. Yeah.
So help me understand what's. So you said one is Berlin, which covers looking at data and creating service models for variety of industries. Right. Which is the big one? Is smart farming a big one? I've not heard anybody talk about smart farming yet here.
No, it's we have one bigger manufacturer, German one. It's what is Class. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know one startup that started with some platform here in Berlin. what is pretty cool, for the farmers. And this is a nice business model.
So help us understand. First, help us understand what do you mean by smart farming, and then tell us.
Smart farming is everything from predicting where to put the fertilizer to what you expect, what you may expect from your fields, where to put water or not, and all this stuff around nurturing and farming.
So where does, what are you talking about, the scale of this when you say smart farming? So help me understand this with a specific client. Walk me through. I can understand its data. Once you've given a lot of data, you're going to run models and predict various things.
Take
me back to the field, and I am a city person.
Yeah, okay.
City, so
but you know that harvesting or putting fertilizer is done by machines. And machines you can easily equip with sensors.
Okay.
And maybe may know or may not know that John Deere, for example, can run their tractors over the field without any drivers. It's no more necessary. And they are so precise. They really drive in a row, and they don't move by more than centimeters away from
robotic tractors.
Yeah,
right?
They could. By law, it's not allowed yet. So the farmers are sitting in there and playing with the iPad because it has Wi-Fi. Yeah. But it's good.
Wi-Fi in the field and farmers playing on their iPad. What a fun job!
Yeah, it's a fun job, and it makes sense. Yeah, because if it drives itself over the whole field, then what to do? Yeah, you can move, you can watch it moving, or you can do something, whatever. Yeah, and they do.
When it runs itself, that's like sitting in a self-driving car.
Yeah, it's like sitting in a self-driving car. The speed is much slower.
Okay.
But they do it very accurate, and they do it really to the centimeter. Yeah, so they don't overlap any rows. It's really cool, and they are much more advanced than automotive in this field, and they do it since years. Yeah, but the speed is different. They don't drive 200. Yes, they drive 5.
So I'm actually digressing from just focusing on Germany and understanding it, because I know you had so much to cover. Yeah. But who makes these? Who makes these self-driving tractors for John Deere?
No, John Deere is developing that themselves with their ecosystem. Yeah, they have an ecosystem, but they have huge research facilities. One is in Germany, and they are building these models. And yeah, it makes really sense for them.
Wow! So that's the smart farming.
Yes.
I love it. Yes. And the data for the smart farming is a service model that comes out of Berlin. So we were covering Berlin so far, and you said it's all about service models using, managing a lot of data. Yeah. So that's smart farming. What else have you got? You told me about more industries, right?
We can talk about
the precision farming,
right? Because it's close to the smart farming, because it's also vehicles. It's not off-road vehicles, it's on-road vehicles. And Germany is doing a lot there. Yeah, you may know that in Germany, every 7th employee is working directly or indirectly in automotive. So this is really the biggest market, and the biggest industry in Germany is car.
So let's move to Stuttgart. That's where
Stuttgart or Munich, where BMW is located, or Stuttgart, or even Hanover, where Volkswagen is located, but they also have another brand in Stuttgart, what is Bosch. Yeah. So, you have cars in Germany all over. And if you don't have the car OEMs, you have the tier 1 or tier 2 suppliers, like Bosch, where I was with. And everybody is working on these smart car, connected car, and related.
Tell me about the connected car scene, and you're going to switch between Stuttgart and Munich, right?
Yeah, it's not only Stuttgart and Munich. They all have research facilities in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Yes, because they need this impulse. Germany is very strict and very straight, and they are very innovative. Yeah, many companies in Germany have more patents than US companies. Not on software, because this is not possible in Europe. There's no software patent here. You can only patent hardware or service models around that. This means, they also go to other countries and learn from other countries and from the needs from other countries. Yeah, this is, for example, why Mercedes-Benz has a stake in Tesla. Yeah, they own 10% or something of Tesla, for example, to learn about the electric driving, electric vehicle, because Germany is not very good in this. Yeah, we have distances like in the US, and then an electric car with, I don't know, 100 or 120 kilometers of distance is not very well received here, and it's very expensive because the government not yet gives you money if you buy it. So yeah, but anyhow, as we are one of the biggest car manufacturer worldwide, and for Volkswagen before the crisis was the biggest car manufacturer worldwide, we are doing a lot of innovation in this field. We also do related things around, like parking. You may know that in a city, 1/3 of the driving time is looking for a parking lot. So if you can automate that, and the self-driving car will come, I don't know when, maybe 2020, maybe later, then the car will look for its parking lot itself, and when you call it, it will pick you up, something like this. Yeah, this will happen sooner or later, and there are a lot of use cases around this, and like fleet management.
So I'm finding smart parking is being done by so many companies in so many different countries differently. So what do you have to say?
Yeah, but yeah, the question is, who owns the cars? And these are the car manufacturers. And you have to get into these cars, because you cannot do smart parking without the car. Yeah, you can do it on the phone, but if you do it integrated in the car parks itself, then it will be done by the car manufacturer and not by some startup. Never. And they won't let anybody in. They won't. I cannot hear you in the moment. No.
No, I just muted it so I could hear you, so you could keep talking, because there was some disturbance on my.
Okay, good. So I think this battle will be won by the car manufacturers, because they own the car. Yeah, they own the ecosystem. They own the sensors in the car, and they own all the data. So it's not easy to get into these data, even if you are Bosch, who is tier 1 supplier and invented the bus system for the cars. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the smart manufacturing that's happening in there.
Yeah,
cars and more also.
Yeah, this is huge in Germany. Yeah, we call it Industry 4.0, fourth industrial revolution, and a lot of companies in Germany are doing that. Why? Because Germany is big in production of machinery in cars, so we have a lot of production plants. A lot of workers are working there, and a lot of business models are working around this. So we have companies like Siemens, like ABB, like Bosch, really working on smart manufacturing solutions to be delivered to the world. Because, yeah, also McKinsey said, I think it was a study 3 years ago, the market for smart manufacturing will be I don't know, 1.3 trillion by 2020. What is huge.
And what is an IoT specifically in the smart manufacturing? Tell us a little bit more. Are there startups? I had heard about this Pro Glove company that was wearable for manufacturing. Is there any specific thing?
Yeah, there are a lot of sorry. There are a lot of companies working in this field with different use cases. So there is this robotics interaction stuff, what is usually very interesting, but all companies working in this field are working on that, like KUKA or ABB also has the Yumi, what is called You and Me. It's a small robot. You can really interact with them, and it's completely safe. Yeah, it cannot hurt you. This is cool. It's really, really nice. You should Google for the Yumi. Yeah, it's why.
Sorry, I spoke at the same time. So can you give me the spelling of Yumi and tell me where is it used in manufacturing?
It's Y-U-M-I, Yumi. And it's not widely used yet, but it's this collaborative working with robots, what all robot manufacturers are pushing. And there are also some startups around this. They're working with sensor jackets for the robots and so on, because some of them are very hard and very strong, so they can hurt you, they can kill you. Yeah, this is really interesting stuff.
So what is this sensor jacket for the robot?
Oh, there are different concepts how companies do that. They are thinking about putting a sensor jacket about the robot arm, so it cannot hurt you. So it will sense if it comes near to a human due to temperature, electric field, whatever, and then will stop, so you can make an interaction together or make a collaborative work together with your robot. This is cool stuff.
One interesting thing is you spoke about Berlin, and then you spoke about smart farming, and then we ended up with the self-driving tractor. And so now you're talking about smart manufacturing, and we are going to Yumi and yet another robo. So it seems to be going back to the cars in some form, automobile in some form. So tell us about what else do you have in Germany, right? In smart manufacturing, smart farming, a little bit of cars and parking that we covered. What else have you got?
Yeah, we have a lot in the area of smart home. And companies like the utility companies or the telcos like German Telekom or RWE started with smart home long time ago. Bosch just entered this field. Yeah, it's a mass market, and all these companies that have access to this market are working in this field. So in Germany, the smart home is big. They have the distribution channels, or they own it, or they can utilize them. So it's easy for them. And for startups, it's not so easy to enter these markets because it's dominated by an oligopoly. So it's not easy to enter the smart home market in Germany.
So far from what I'm hearing, there is the main big companies in the automobile or farming, and so far we've covered those two. And all the other startups or the new innovations are ecosystems of these, right? Ecosystems are around these big companies, right? Including the service companies. Is that
yeah, I'm not sure if we can make the other fields so small. Yeah, I think smart home can be a huge market. Yeah, think about security. There was just a report that the houses that are broken and where people are being stolen about things in Germany is increasing like hell in Germany. Yeah, so all this you can cover with smart home, and this all will drive the smart home market. I'm pretty sure this will become pretty popular, at least in Germany. I'm not sure with the other countries, but Germany will be a huge market for that, I'm pretty sure.
No, I was on mute letting you. So are there specific startups or players building up this smart home market for Germany?
Again, I think smart home is not big for startups in Germany. Yeah, this is I think is not the biggest the biggest market. I think especially the smart home will be owned by one of or two or three big players. Yeah, either a telco or an energy company or Bosch or Siemens or some of those. Because you need an ecosystem around you. Yeah, you need the security calls. You need the connection to the internet. You need a lot of stuff. What all the others own already. And if you are a startup, you have to build this, and this is not easy. Yeah, and if you have all these connections or all these possibilities, then it's easier to work in these fields. This is my personal understanding of this market. Yeah. There are many more fields like smart manufacturing where you can work more easily, yeah, because there are so many use cases. The big ones cannot simply cover all of them. This is in smart home. It's more limited. Yeah, it's security, it's health, it's lighting, it's heating, and then it becomes swallow.
Okay. So we covered smart manufacturing, smart farming, whole bunch of services, and smart home.
Yeah.
What else we got? Health. You mentioned health.
Yeah, health market in Germany is the biggest market in Germany, even a bit bigger than the cars. And in health, you can do a lot. Yeah, in health, you can, it's all manual work. And for example, with our, I'm going to install the Central solution, our indoor logistics solution, day after tomorrow in a hospital. And in the first step, they will do an analysis about their patients, about they will track them and will see how long they walk, how long they wait, and how long they are being processed by the doctors to make the analysis and to optimize the experience for their patients. But there are a lot of use cases in the hospital, like, for example, where's the insulin pump? Yeah, some company, it's in one room and you're looking for it in another room and you don't know where it is currently used or where it is standing and if it's used. And I learned that hospitals have about double the hardware they need. And this is a huge use case. Yeah, I know hospitals where they have only one person every 300 beds where they look for all these medical equipment and they don't know where it is located. What is also a huge investment case. Yeah, you can save a lot of money for that.
So it is like manufacturing. You're tracking your inventory. So you're doing the same use case, but for hospitals. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's more sensitive. Yeah, it's not a good that if you find it, it's okay. If you don't find it, it's bad.
Yeah.
Because if the patient is in one room and you don't find it, this is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this affects human life, and therefore it's more tedious.
Yep. So who is doing this in the healthcare industry? Are there big players? Are there startups? Tell me more.
No, there are not so many big players for this. There are some big players for the core systems like ERPs for the hospitals. There are some bigger players like Aqua and others, but the rest is pretty much uncovered. And there are a lot of startups that raise and try to grab this market, coming from Finland and Norway and UK and everywhere, because they all found that healthcare is a very manual thing. And if it's very manual, you can do a lot of use cases in order to support these people. Yeah? For example, all the medicamentation for the patients is done by sheets of paper, and it's very old stuff. Yeah, it's not electronic at all.
So healthcare is specifically in one of the 3 cities you were talking about, or is it spread out?
No, I don't. I would not know. No, I wouldn't know. No, this is all over Germany.
Okay, cool. So you spoke about 3 regions and you covered a whole bunch of IoT use cases.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, is there any, one company you would bet on, or one startup you would bet on, or one technology, one region, or something that you think, okay, now if we were to talk about this back in 2020, what would you?
I thought about this.
If I show this video back to you in 2020, what would you feel like?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, a lot of companies, from the very big ones like Cisco, NTT, or GE, IBM, ABB are investing a lot in research, and they try to work together with startups. Yeah, and they build research centers in all these startup hubs because they need new ideas. Yeah, and they're really looking for it. They make startup programs. They try everything to get the knowledge from the startups. We have some startups in the area of sensors. For example, there's a company called Relayer, was recently backed by US company. But we have also traditional companies doing the same since 15 years. Yeah, like it's a company called Zülke in Germany. It's 500 people. Relayer, I don't know, has 100 or something, or not yet 100 people. And Züge is doing this since many years. They did this smart home project for RWE, for example. They're doing huge things, yeah, designing the hardware and the software and working together with Microsoft. It's hard to bet, yeah. I think the startups are really needed to drive the big ones, but I think some of the big ones will make the race at the end, yeah. Like in all the innovations in finance, the banks simply say, I talked to a manager recently, he said, okay, we are looking and actively monitoring what's happening, and at the final end, we will buy those startups that will help us. Yeah, this is the way they think. Yeah, and if you think about Cisco, who is buying 2 companies per week or so, yeah, or Bosch, that is also very active in that area, or Siemens, or yeah, NTT, you can take them all. They are all buying knowledge.
I would say if the big company is in that space and working on it, then if there is another startup, then they could kind of add that to the portfolio, or if there's a whole different innovation, they could just bring that into the pool. If they've not understood that market, if they've not understood IoT market, or where the shift is happening towards smart home, smart farming, smart whatever,
yeah,
I don't believe they can just buy another company and make them successful.
This would not work. This would not work. You're right. But for example, Cisco has an innovation center in Berlin. It's called Cisco Open Berlin. They invested, I don't know, double-digit million euro investment into that, and working with startups, and they are really, yeah, looking into it. Yeah, they concentrate here on manufacturing and on logistics. They have other innovation centers in other parts of the world. I think this one is in Singapore for smart city. So they're looking into different sectors where they think the most knowledge is gathered. Yeah, this is how they think about it, and they're doing that pretty good. Yeah, they have a good overview. They have many CEOs coming in and going out and talking every day with I don't know how many. Yeah, they're doing a good job here, and they're trying to learn. And I don't know if they're trying to adopt, but they're trying to learn. Definitely.
So one last topic I have with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of buzz around it. In the Valley, there are like 957 startups that have been funded in the AI space. And AI is very broad, but it means machine learning, deep learning, whole bunch of computer vision stuff, and speech to text and text to speech, whole bunch of stuff is covered in that market. But I recently attended an IBM Watson event, and they said they are starting a Watson IoT center in Munich. Is it already there? Do you know anything about it? And why in Munich? Why is if bulk of the investment it's from US, Canada, or UK was all the AI investment, then why would they do this in Munich? So I'm just curious.
Yeah, all this machine learning is an interesting stuff, interesting topic. And to be honest, machine learning is always a project, because it's not only gathering data, yeah. It's also understanding the mechanical system behind, because if you don't understand it, you cannot say, I have the right data from the right sensor data. Think about all this artificial intelligence is for hard disks. It's old. Yeah. Why? Because in a hard disk, you have billions of sensors. Each read-write sector is a sensor. If it does not work anymore, and if there are 20 in a surrounding, the hard disk will say, "I'm done. Please replace me." Yeah, this is done since 10 years. But you have billions of sensors in there. In a machine, you have maybe 20 sensors, maybe 40, maybe 100, but no more. And it's much more complex than a hard disk. And to gather information from 100 sensors, what others do from 100 million or from a billion, yeah, it's not the same. And it's very hard to see that the pump in one system is acting like a pump in another system. This is not true. There's another media that is pumping. It's another vibration because it's tied mounted differently to the other machine than to this machine. So you get a different pattern of your sensor data. So all these machine learning about machines, of hardware is much more complex. I think this is why they went to Germany, and they went to Munich because, or Munich or Stuttgart, both the regions would be okay, because the machine producers are there, and you need to understand from the engineers how this system behaves in order to make with an overseeable amount of sensors sense out of these data.
Interesting. So it is not just the software layer of, the machine learning algorithms, which they can do from anywhere where there is talent for software or, data scientists and those wants to do that. But you're saying because they have the functional domain experts for manufacturing and hardware.
Yes, they have the engineers that constructed these hardware, and you need them. Without them, it will not work, I'm pretty sure.
It's interesting. That's actually very, very helpful perspective. So that's all the time we've got. This was fascinating, and I think you covered so much more than any one person who could cover one region for me. So I appreciate you taking the time. Give me the name of your startup again, so people can go check it out for your 3 platforms.
Yeah, it's www.smartly-solutions.com.
Smartly, smart,
Ly, right.
-solutions.com.
Right.
Thank you so much, Christian, and thank you everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye now.